Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and direct your attention behind home plate to the performing of our national anthem. Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from the Lexington Leyendas, Diane Arnson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Whitaker Bank Ballpark for the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. Andrew Murphy with you on the mic, bringing you the Yalls in town facing the Leyendas Day Lexington. Jump right into it here with your starting lineups for the visiting Florence Yalls. Batting first and in center field, Rodney Tenney. Batting second, the second baseman, Brian Dansereau. Batting third and playing third base, Will Baker. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Brandon Pugh. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Kevin Watley. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Mike Gulino. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Blaze Speece. Batting eighth, the catcher, Jackson Pritchard. Batting ninth and playing first base for the Yalls is Kevin Belsky. Now a quick look at the Leyendas Day Lexington defense. Sturgeon in left, Revere in center, and Elmore in right, and around the horn in the infield. Drew Ellis at third, Luke Becker at short, Cullen Large at second base tonight. Webb Little playing first. Cole Cotton behind the dish. He'll catch balls and strikes for the starter this evening. That's the righty Mike Housechild. Housechild, 6'3", 210 pounds. The 30-year-old out of Dayton, Ohio. Attended Beaver Creek High School and the University of Dayton. He was drafted in the 33rd round by the Houston Astros. That was in 2012. And he's played a total of 6 games in the major leagues between the Texas Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays. But he spent quite a lot of time in the minors, moving up and down through the ranks. And as is the case with a lot of minor leaguers, that really toughens your skin. And it, in most guys, develops a distinct love for the game of baseball. And Housechild, as I spoke to our president and CEO, Andy Shea, earlier, said that Mike Housechild is just super pumped to be here. And he makes a long drive from Dayton, Ohio every night to come and play baseball. It's 2 hours there and back. And so we are extremely excited to have Housechild here. So far, through 5 innings of work this season, he's only given up 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and he's struck out 7 batters. And his record is 1-0. So the call to the stables has been played. That means it's game time here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Leading things off for the Florence Yalls, the center fielder, Rodney Tenney. Thanks to everybody tuning in tonight on the live stream on the Legends social media pages and PrepSpin.com. Thanks to PrepSpin for making all this happen. Our producer, William Warfield. Home plate cameraman, Joe Allen. First pitch to Tenney is high for a ball, 1-0. First pitch is at 6:49 p.m., 79 degrees. Some clouds covering a once shining sun. It might be back out to say hello, and the 1-0 is taken for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Tenney. Pretty good crowd on hand tonight. It's a Saturday, and that, of course, means fireworks after the game as the 1-1 is taken up and in for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. The Leyendas are sporting their gray uniforms with the blue lettering and numbers, and of course the light turquoise colored sugar skull caps. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch is fouled back and over the awning behind home. Even counted 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tenney, the left-handed hitting center fielder. Tenney shakes out his right arm, adjusts the white batting gloves. 2 balls and 2 strikes as he steps back into the box. In towards the plate, Housechild with the 2-2. And just missed outside and fills up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yalls in their gray uniforms with the red socks and red caps. Red and blue caps, I should say. 3-2. It's a fastball, missed a touch high, and it's a walk for Tenney to lead things off here in the first.
Stepping up to the plate for the Yalls, the second baseman, number 8.
That's Housechild's 3rd walk on the season. So here is Brian Dansereau, the second baseman. Dansereau out of Douglasville, Georgia. The righty stands at 5'9", 185 pounds. Housechild from the stretch with the first pitch. It is a rocket line drive right into the glove of Sturgeon in left, 1 away. Sturgeon was placed right in the middle of his position in left, and there was a rope hit right to him for out number 1. Tenney remains at first base. That line out brings up the third baseman, Will Baker. Baker, the righty, steps into the box. Middle depth, slightly open stance. The first pitch to him, a called strike, a fastball on the outside. Moves the count to no balls and a strike. Baker, 5'11", 175 pounds. His hometown is Muncie, Indiana. Gives the bat a spin a few times before setting up. As time is called, he'll step back out of the box. No score with 1 man gone, 1 man on. That's Tenney at first. We're in the top of the first inning here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Housechild deals. It's a breaker, missed down and away for a called strike 1. Ball 1, rather. Infield playing at double play depth with first baseman Tenney on first base. Takes a short lead, teasing a steal. This time is called. The righty Baker steps back in. Housechild, glove at the waist, comes set. Now the stretch. 1-1 is poked to right field. Elmore makes the diving catch, 2 gone. Elmore with a nice belly flop to retire Will Baker on a soft line drive, and Tenney holds up at first. So 2 gone now. Here's Brandon Pugh, the right fielder. Righty-lefty matchup. So takes some time to compose himself. Outside of the box, steps in on the left side. Narrow stance, back in the box. In towards the plate, and the first pitch is a fastball down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Brandon Pugh, 5'11", 185 pounds, out of Grove Hill, Alabama. Housechild delivers, runner goes, caught him. Is up with it but can't get the throw off. Tenney got the wheels turning, and he's aboard with a stolen base at second. So runner in scoring position now. No score here in the top of the first. Two men gone, the lefty Pugh at the plate. Caught him setting up low and outside. Hauschild throws him a ball and off speed to the outside. It's 3 balls and no strikes to Pugh. Kevin Whatley, the shortstop, is on deck for the Florence Yalls. The 3-0. Fastball taken inside for a strike, 3-1. Right side of the infield, playing back, almost on the grass of shallow right field. Three-one. Breaker found the upper third of the zone, and the count is full at 3-2. Hauschild delivers. Payoff is blooped into right center field. Tenney is coming around the third base bag. Right fielder Elmore picks it up in shallow center and throws into second base. But the first run of the game scored by Tenney on a fly ball to center field by the right fielder Brandon Pugh.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 7, Kevin Whatley.
Tenney jumped early on that weak fly ball, knew it was going to get down. Sort of landed in the middle of a triangle formed by the second baseman Large, right fielder Elmore, and center fielder Revere. By the time Elmore got it, there was nothing he could do with it. So 1-0 Yalls, in the first pitch to Kevin Whatley is a breaker, low and away, taken for a strike. Kevin Whatley, the righty, facing the righty Hauschild, who's got a pitch. Runner goes. 0-1 is down the middle, and the throw is a bouncer, popped out of the glove of the covering Large. So it's another stolen base, this time by Brandon Pugh, as Whatley took that inside, just a touch inside for a ball. So the count is 1-1. Hauschild readies up, gives the runner at second a look, now comes forward with the 1-1. It's a rocket line drive, but foul down the third base line, bounces off the wall and rolls into the left field corner. Sturgeon heads out to grab it, and will heave it in towards a Yalls reliever in the left field bullpen. So the field has been cleared of any obstructions, and the count is 1-2 on that foul ball. It was a well-struck ball hit by Kevin Whatley, the shortstop. 1-0 Yalls here in the top of the first. Brandon Pugh aboard at second base. Hauschild comes set with a pitch he likes from Cottom. He wheels and deals. It's a breaker, low and away. A throw down to the third base bag, but no tag put on the runner Pugh. And so he's aboard safely there. That ball sailed low and away. Cottom had to shimmy to his right to save it from rolling to the backstop. And as such, he couldn't get a timely throw down to the third base bag, or at least not in time enough for Ellis to put the tag on Pugh. And so that's 2 stolen bases in a row. 2-2. Swing and a miss, down and away, and the side is retired. So the Yalls strand a man on third base. They score 1 run. They lead things 1-0. Bottom of the first coming your way. Ben Revere leading things off for the Leyendas, followed by Luke Heyer and Cole Cottom when baseball returns on the Legends Broadcast Network. Back inside Whitaker Bank Ballpark, where the Yalls just took a 1-0 lead early over the Leyendas in the top of the first. Rodney Tenney was driven in on a single by Brandon Pugh. So bottom of the first begins in just a few moments. Here's the lineup for the Leyendas. Leading off, playing center field is Ben Revere. He's followed by the designated hitter Luke Heyer. Batting third, playing catcher Cole Cottom. Batting fourth, the third baseman Drew Ellis. Batting fifth, the left fielder Cole Sturgeon. Batting sixth, the second baseman Cullen Large. Batting seventh, the shortstop Luke Becker. Batting eighth, the right fielder Duran Elmore. And batting ninth, the first baseman Webb Little. Around the field for the Yalls, Spiess in left, Tenney in center, Pugh in right, Baker at third, Watley at short, Dansereau at second, Belsky at first, Pritchard with the catching duties tonight, and he's taking balls and strikes from Drew Rahm, the lefty out of Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Will face the lefty Ben Revere to get things started in the bottom of the first. And the first pitch is at Revere's head. He leaned back and tumbled over. Not sure if it hit him or not. It did not. So he's back in there with a certain 1-0 count. Drew Rahm, 6'2", 170-pound lefty. Drafted by the Baltimore Orioles in the fourth round of the 2018 June Amateur Draft in the 1-0. It's a fastball high, misses the zone for ball two. And Drew Rahm is no stranger to Whitaker Bank Ballpark, as in the South Atlantic League. Last year played for the Delmarva Shorebirds. 2-0 to Revere. It's a breaking ball. Bends into the lower third of the zone and runs the count 2 balls and a strike to Revere. Revere was 1 for 5 on the 27th versus the Florence Freedom. The 2-1 pitch on the way. That's at his head again, another fastball. Makes the count 3-1. Revere on the 27th, and as those of you tuning in may know, we had a rainout yesterday with all the residual storms coming in from Hurricane Laura down south. 3-1 to Revere. It's a breaker. Tried to hang it high but missed a touch, and it's a 5-pitch walk to Revere, leading things off in the bottom of the first. So Revere's aboard, nobody out, 1-0 Yalls here in the bottom of the first, and here's the former UK Wildcat Luke Heyer, readying himself up before setting up in the box. 6 foot flat, 205 pounds, slightly open stance, back in the box near the plate. Rahm with the first pitch. It's a fastball that sails high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Luke Heyer on the 27th versus the Freedom went 1 for 4 with a run and RBI, scoring both of those on a solo home run. And he struck out once. Ready's up now on the right side. The lefty Rahm comes set. The 1-0. It's a fastball up and in. Moves the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Heyer leads the team in home runs by a long shot. He's got 10 of those. Comes into tonight's contest batting .288. There's a target set up at first for Rahm, but he deals the 2-0. It's a called strike 1 downstairs. Now 2 balls and a strike to Heyer. Ben Revere taking a short lead off the first base bag as Rahm steps off the rubber. Time called. Now he toes the rubber again. The lefty comes set, glove at the waist. He's got a direct line to Revere with his target Belsky. 2-1, swing and a miss on an inside breaking ball. And that runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rahm throws a fastball, both a 2-seam and a 4-seam. There's a slider and a changeup. So a pretty standard 4-pitch arsenal. He's got great command and control. Last year with Delmarva went 6-3 with a 2.93 ERA. And he wants a piece of Revere over there, but he'll come with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Came around on an outside breaking ball as Heyer tried to pull back, but he bats the breeze for the first out here in the bottom of the first. First strikeout on the night for Drew Rahm. Revere's aboard at first. He led things off with a walk. The Yalls lead the Leyendas 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. And Cole Cottom, the catcher, sets up. Also a righty hitter. Cottom calm and composed in a slightly knees-bent closed stance in towards the plate. The first pitch to him is a fastball up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Cottom on the 27th went 1 for 4. With 2 RBIs, a double, and 1 strikeout. 21 hits on the season in 84 plate appearances. He's batting .284. The 1-0 pitch. It's a curveball missed down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Infield playing at double play depth with Revere on first base. Rahm comes set. He's got his front foot staggered. The 2-0 as Revere teases a steal is high and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Great base running there by Revere. Served as a possible distraction to Rahm from accurately locating his pitch. Got him waiting patiently for the 3-0. Rahm comes set, glove at the waist, and he fires. It's a curveball. Found the lower third of the zone inside for a called strike 1. This time is called. Heyer tightening up his, or Cottom rather, tightening up his seemingly blue and black batting gloves. Closes off his stance on the right side now. Rahm, the lefty. His front foot staggered with his back foot. The 3-1 is poked foul down the right field line and well over the stables. No vacancy in the count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Caught him on August 22nd versus the Legends. Went 3 for 4. Had a heck of a night that night with 3 runs, 7 RBIs, 2 home runs, one of which was a grand slam. So the full count now. Drew Rahm set at the waist. 3-2. Revere goes. And as that pitch is high for ball 4. Revere will take second, and Cottom's on first with a walk.
Number 17, Drew.
That walk dealt to Cottom is the second of the night. Revere, of course, got on to lead things off. So he's in scoring position now at second base. Yalls lead the Leyendas 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. With 1 gone and 2 men on the bags, Drew Ellis, the third baseman, steps up to the plate. Batting an upright stance, shoulder width, straight away. The first pitch to him, a high fastball, is taken for a ball, 1-0. Drew Rahm showing 90-91 in terms of velocity. The 1-0. It's a curveball called strike 1 on the outside edge. That's where he'll jam up righty hitters, is with that curveball on the outside. It's got a smooth but late break to it that'll jam a hitter up, quite honestly, outside or inside. Ball and a strike as time is called. Ellis hit a home run in last night's game. That was in the 4th. It was a solo shot. A ball and a strike is the count on the righty Ellis. Rahm fires. That's fouled back to the netting, and the count moves to 1-2. It's a shift in the outfield as Tenney is about, I'd say, 30 feet to the right of straightaway center behind the second base bag. He's 30 feet to his right. Ellis waiting patiently for the 1-2. Cottom delivers. Rom delivers. As Cottom had a lead off the bag, it's 2-2. Cottom and Revere both with decently sized leads off the bag. There's no coverage at first. Second baseman Dancero backs off the 2-2. Curveball tried to hang that one on the corner, but missed up and away. Fills up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Last time Rom pitched into a 3-2 count was pitching to Cole Cottom, who's aboard at first after drawing a walk. Drew Ellis, the 3-2. Check swung on, and it's taken high for a ball. So there's 2 walks in a row as Revere advances to third. Cole Cottom heads to second, and Drew Ellis is in at first. And there will be a meeting on the mound amongst the catcher Pritchard, the pitcher Rom. And the Yalls pitching coach. Tonight is Saturday, and of course that means if you're with us at the ballpark this evening, there will be fireworks after the game concludes. And if you're not here at the ballpark, you can swing by tonight, or heck, join us tomorrow at 5:05 when the Leyendas and Yalls will square off again. Nothing to keep the Sunday scaries away like a baseball game. 1 gone. Ducks on the pond for the Leyendas, who trail the Yalls 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. And Cole Sturgeon, the lefty, faces the lefty Drew Rom, who deals him a first pitch strike on a changeup to the outside. 0-1. Sturgeon, the Owensboro, Kentucky native, was the 10th round pick by the Boston Red Sox in 2014. Rom comes set. Now the delivery. Check swing on a high fastball. Sturgeon did not go around, and it's taken. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rom's got one he likes from Pritchard. Sets that front foot forward. Working from the stretch, the 1-1. This is belted in the air, a line drive to right center field. Pugh puts the glove on it as Revere tags up and heads home. It's 1-1. So a sacrifice fly to right field by Cole Sturgeon drives in Ben Revere. And we're all tied up here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark, 1 apiece. Here's Cullen Large, the second baseman, right-handed hitting, slightly open stance batter. Rom with the first pitch to him. It's a changeup down and in for a called strike 1. Cullen Large in his last appearance went 0 for 4 with an RBI on a sac fly and a strikeout. Wielding the lumber over his head. Pitcher Rom comes forward with the 0-1. It's high. Taken for a ball. Large, the 24-year-old out of the suburbs of Richmond, Virginia, was the 5th round pick by Toronto in 2017, 1-1. Breaking ball taken downstairs for strike 2. It's a ball and 2 strikes with the bases loaded for the Leyendas here in the bottom of the first. We are tied up at 1. Rom selecting his pitch carefully, and he does. Comes set. Likes to keep that light-colored glove at the waist, and the 1-2 is taken outside for a ball. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. Nice framing job by Pritchard there, as certainly was a close call. Two men on. Caught him at second, Ellis at first. The 2-2 swing and a miss on an outside changeup, and the side is retired. So the Leyendas strand two, but they score a run to tie up the game. One apiece here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Yalls coming back up to bat with Mike Gulino, Blaze Spiess, and Jackson Pritchard. When baseball returns in just a few moments on the Legends Broadcast Network. One apiece as we head into the top of the second. The Leyendas just tied it up as Cole Sturgeon drove home Ben Revere on a sacrifice fly to right field. And so we're tied up at one. Top of the second starts now. The Yalls showing Mike Giulino, the designated hitter. Takes a first pitch strike on the outside. It's a fastball, 0-1. Mike Housechild still on the mound. He's given up one run that was earned and struck out a batter as the 1-1 skips past Cottom in the dirt and rolls to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. Giulino, the right-handed hitter, shoulder width straightaway stance. The 1-1 is foul tipped to the backstop again, and it's 1-2. Giulino, 6 foot flat, 200 pounds, from Meriden, Connecticut. Meriden is located halfway between the cities of New Haven and Hartford. And he's beamed on the shoulder with a breaker way inside. And he takes first base after being hit by a pitch to lead things off here in the top of the second. Now here's Blaze Spiess. Lefty-righty matchup. Housechild comes set and delivers the first pitch. Check swing. He went around on an inside fastball upstairs, 0-1. Tied up at 1 here in the top of the second. Nobody out, and Mike Giulino on first base. Housechild with the 0-1. It's a fastball, just misses downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Plays Spieth, 6'4", tall drink of water. 200 pounds from O'Fallon, Missouri. And he takes one low and inside. It skips away from Cottom, but Giolino didn't try to steal second. Cottom followed it nicely as it rolled down the first base line. There was also no coverage at the second base bag, or no immediate coverage if Giolino he was going to attempt to steal. Ball at 2 strikes to Spieth, and the pitch. Change-up misses down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield at double play depth. Outfield set up straight away. 2-2. Swung on and fouled back to the Sweets down the third base line. Rolls down the stands. See, little kids hopping the rows up the grandstands, and he can't find the baseball. There's an entire search party out for it right now. Swing and a miss. On a pitch down and away. Strikeout number 2 on the night for Mike Housechild. And one away here in the top of the second. Beautifully placed changeup down and away. Spieth chased after it and batted the breeze. One down. Here's Jackson Pritchard, the catcher. The first pitch is a fastball down and into the right-handed hitter. 1 ball and no strikes. Pritchard, another guy, 6'4", 200 pounds, out of Odessa, Texas. The 1-0. This is a liner back up the middle. It rolls into center field. Revere picks it up and throws it into short. 2 men on now. Giolino advanced to second on a 1-out single to center field by Jackson Pritchard.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 21, Kevin Belsky.
So with 2 men on and 1 man out, our score is 1-1 here in the top of the second, and Kevin Belsky, the first baseman, readies up on the left side. First pitch, swing and a miss. Change up down and away. 0-1. Housechild found some consistent success with that fastball, or that changeup rather, down and away to left-handed hitters. We'll see if he doubles up on it here. Gives Cottom the nod, now comes set, working from the stretch. She'll look towards second in the 0-1. This one is skied in the air to left field rather. Sturgeon on it, he makes the catch, 2 gone. The ball looked like it was heading for left center field, but it was trailing towards where Sturgeon was already placed, so as he began to move, he shortened his steps, and the ball came right to him. Great read on a high fly ball there for out number 2. As Pritchard is still aboard at first, Giolino at second. And here's the man at the top of the order for the Yalls. That's Rodney Tenney. It's a pickoff move to second. It skips past covering Large's glove, rolls into center field, and 2 runners advance. So an errant pickoff attempt there. Advances both runners for the Yalls. 2 runners in scoring position with the lefty Rodney Tenney at the plate, still awaiting his first pitch. And here it is. It's a fastball inside, missed the zone, 1 ball, no strikes. Tenney is 1 for 1 this evening so far. He had a single to lead things off in the first. Housechild comes set, Now kicks and fires. The 1-0 is a grounder to the right side. Large scoops it up on the backhand, sets and sidearms to first, and the side is retired. So the Yalls strand 2 men at second and third and score no runs. We are still tied at 1. Bottom of the second coming your way with Luke Becker, Duran Elmore, and Webb Little up to bat for the Leyendas. Baseball back in a moment on the Legends Broadcast Network. Andrew Murphy with you on the mic. We are tied up at 1 here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Leyendas back up to bat for the bottom half of the second inning, which starts now with the shortstop, Luke Becker. Luke Becker, the righty. He's got the black brace on his left ankle tonight, and Drew Rahm delivers the first pitch. It's a curveball that missed high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Righty-lefty matchup. Becker readies up, and Rahm with the 1-0. It's a curveball, found the zone down the middle for a called strike 1. Becker in his last appearance on the 27th versus the Freedom was 2 for 4 with a run, 2 doubles, and a strikeout. The 1-1. It's a high fastball that runs outside. Now 2 balls and a strike to Becker. Becker leads the Leyendas in batting average. He comes into tonight's contest batting .308 in the 2-1. Check swung on a fastball down the middle. It pops back to the backstop for strike 2. Our score is 1-1 here in the bottom of the second. The Leyendas first scored on a sacrifice fly to right, hit by Cole Sturgeon to bring Ben Revere in as the 2-2 sails high and away for ball 3. And we're filled up now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Infield playing pretty deep. Big gap up the middle for the righty Luke Becker. Rahm comes set. Kicks back, kicks up and fires. The payoff. A rope of a liner down the left field line. It rolls into the corner. Becker's rounding the first base bag. Spieth picks it up near the wall, guns it into second. The throw is wide. And Becker's aboard to lead things off with a double.
And that was another series credit union double. $1 to be donated to United Way of the Bluegrass. And now batting.
So Becker had 2 doubles in his last game on the 27th versus the Freedom, and he starts his game off tonight with a double here in the second. So 3 doubles so far in 2 games for Luke Becker. 2 consecutive games, I should say. He's played many more than that. Here's Durant Elmore. Rahm deals the first pitch. Tried to hang a curveball high in the zone, but missed. 1 ball and no strikes. Elmore 0 for 2 in his last game with a run. Was hit by a pitch twice and struck out. The 1-0. It's a low fastball, almost in the dirt, taken for ball 2. Elmore gives the bat a spin, perches it above his right shoulder. Rahm looks back to second. He doesn't have anybody there to throw to. The 2-0. Hard hit ground ball to the left side. A backhand grab by Watley and a long throw to first for out number 1. Good defensive awareness and play there by the shortstop Watley. Watley rather. For a 6-3 put out, 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Webb Little, the first baseman, takes his place in the box. Webb Little, the Fayetteville, New York native, and twin brother of Leyendas teammate Sam Little. The first pitch. This is a fly ball to left field. Spieth going back, and he drops the ball near the wall. 1 run will score as Becker's waved around, and there's a double for the first baseman, Webb Little. It's 2-1 Leyendas. Great piece of hitting there. Tough grab by the left fielder, Spieth. The ball popped out of his glove. And that gave Luke Becker the absolute green flag home. And Webb Little with a piece of extra base hitting. The second time here in this bottom of the second. So the Leyendas now leading 2-1 over the Yalls. Ben Revere at the top of the order takes his place in the box for the second time. Drew Rahm, the lefty, deals the first pitch. It's a fastball taken inside for strike 1. Revere, wide open stance, takes up most of the box as soon as he readies up. Rahm leaning in towards Pritchard. Nothing in 1-2, the center fielder Revere. Rahm deals. Off speed to the outside edge this time. It's taken for strike 2. So some inside-outside movement there by the pitcher Drew Rahm. The 0-2. This is poked down the third base line and foul, but into the glove of the running Baker, who makes the catch for out number 2. The bloop shot foul down the third base line. Baker was ready to go there and made the catch running into almost into the left field bullpen. So some good defensive awareness there by the third baseman Baker to retire Revere. So 2 gone now, runner in scoring position with Webb Little on second. And here's Luke Heyer. The first pitch to him is it's taken for a ball down low, 1-0. Marvin King is behind home plate this evening, and Bob Howard is in the field. Leyendas leading the Yalls 2-1 here in the bottom of the second. They just took the lead on an RBI double by Webb Little, driving in Luke Becker. Drew Rahm with the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled away. It's a curveball inside. Heyer got a piece of that one. And it's a ball and a strike. Luke Heyer readies up. Knees bent, open stance. And the 1-1 is a high fastball taken away. 2 balls and a strike. Two gone, 1 on here in the bottom of the second. 2-1 Leyendas. Webb Little with a hefty lead off the second base bag. Drew Rom comes set. Takes a look back at the runner. 2-1. Chopper foul down the third base line. Moves the count at an even 2-2. Lights beginning to come on here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Decent crowd here for a Saturday night. Luke Heyer patiently awaiting the 2-2 pitch. Rom comes forward. Swing and a miss on an inside breaking ball. That retires the side. Leyendas take the lead 2-1 over the Yalls on an RBI double hit by the first baseman Webb Little. Top of the third coming your way with the Yalls showing Brian Dancero, Will Baker, and Brandon Pugh. Baseball back in a moment on the Legends Broadcast Network. Andrew Murphy with you at Whitaker Bank Ballpark as the Leyendas just took a 2-1 lead over the Florence Yalls, who are back up to bat here in this top of the third inning. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. An inside breaking ball for strike one to Brian Dancero, the second baseman. Housechild from straight away with the 0-1, swing and a miss. A breaker outside this time. 0-2 quickly to the Yalls second baseman. Dancero is 0 for 1 this evening. He lined out to left field in the first in the 0-2 pitch. This is belted high in the air to left field. Sturgeon with 10 steps to his right makes an easy catch, one away. Sturgeon has seen his fair share of work out there in left field already. Like I said, Dancero lined out to left field back in the first. Kevin Belsky flied out to left in the second, and of course Dancero just popped out to left here in the third. So one gone, nobody on the bags, and Will Baker, the third baseman, will set up on the right side. Housechild deals the first pitch. It's a fastball taken down and away for strike one. Baker also 0 for 1 this evening. Flied out to right in the first. Straightaway stance. Rotates the bat, now perches it above the shoulder in the 0-1. Off speed to the outside. Taken for strike two. Becker steps out of the box and quickly steps back in. It's a quick pitch from Housechild, swing and a miss on the inside. 3 strikes in a row to retire Will Baker, who bats the breeze for out number 2. That is strikeout number 3 on the night for Mike Housechild. And that's the 10th strikeout on the season so far for Housechild. He's dealt to Will Baker, and that brings up Brandon Pugh, the right fielder. 2-1 Leyendas here in the top of the 3rd. Nobody on the base paths with 2 gone. And Brandon Pugh readies up, takes a first pitch, change up, low and in for strike 1. Pugh 1 for 1 as he swings and lines this one softly to Becker at short, picks it up and heaves it onto first. And that'll retire the side. So the Yalls fall in order as we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Cole Cottom, Drew Ellis, and Cole Sturgeon up to bat for the Leyendas. They lead it 2-1. Leyendas have a 2-1 lead over the Yalls as we move into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Drew Rahm still on the mound. He's given up 2 hits, 2 runs, both of which have been earned. And he has walked 3 batters. And he'll face the righty Cole Cottom, the catcher. Rahm kicks back, kicks up, and fires the first pitch. It's a changeup down and in that missed the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Cottom adjusts his blue and black batting gloves, taps the dish, gives a few swings forward as he wields the bat above his right shoulder. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Chased a high fastball upstairs to even up the count at a ball and a strike. Cottom's first plate appearance was in the bottom of the 1st, where he was 1 of 3 walks dealt by Drew Rahm, who fires the 1-1. This is poked in the air to right field. Pugh coming in on it, makes the catch near the foul line, 1 away.
Now batting, the 3rd baseman, number 17, Drew Ellis.
So a fly ball near the foul line and right is caught by Pugh to retire the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 3rd, Cole Cottom. That brings up the 3rd baseman, Drew Ellis. Rahm's ready with a pitch, and he deals. It's a curveball, misses high and in. Made Ellis bend backwards a little bit. 1 ball, no strikes. Ellis in an upright stance. This is a skyscraper in infield territory. Pritchard throws the mask and makes the catch as he bumps into the wall, but appears to be okay, having come up with it. So 2 gone. The ball was barely playable as Pritchard fell to his knees and made the catch as he sort of made a half-hearted bump into the brick wall, the backstop behind home, trailing down the third base line. So 2 gone as Cole Sturgeon, the left fielder, sets up. The first pitch to him is a changeup downstairs, looking for strike 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Rom from the windup, now the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him inside on a changeup this time. Quickly 0-2 to Sturgeon. Sturgeon drove in the first run of this game on a sacrifice fly to right field. That drove in Ben Revere. That was to tie the game up in the first. The 0-2. It's a changeup low and away. Moves the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Yalls still with a trailing the Leyendas. 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Nobody on, 2 men out. The 1-2 pitch to Sturgeon. This is a hard hit ground ball directly to Belsky at first. He calls off Rom and steps on the bag to retire the side. So the Leyendas go down in order in the third inning, and they still lead the Yalls 2-1 as we head to the top of the fourth. Florence showing Kevin Watley, Mike Giulino, and Blaze Spiess when baseball returns in just a moment on the Legends Broadcast Network. Welcome back into Whitaker Bank Ballpark. 3 innings of play have concluded, and we're in the top of the fourth. Leading things off here for the Yalls is the shortstop Kevin Watley. Leyendas with a 2-1 lead over Florence, as the first pitch to Watley is a changeup that misses low and in for ball 1. Hauschild still on the mound for the Leyendas, and he deals the 1-0. It's an off-speed that missed a touch high. 2 balls and no strikes. Hauschild has given up 3 hits, 1 run that was earned. The 2-0, squared around to bunt, didn't pull back in time. 2 balls and a strike to Watley. My apologies, he pulled back in time, but was called on the outside. 2-1. It's a fastball, missed down and away. Now 3 balls and a strike. Hauschild does not take a lot of time selecting his pitches. He is moving right along the 3-1. It's a fastball downstairs that misses. A 5-pitch walk to Watley will get things started here in the top of the 4th. So saying Housechild has given up 3 hits, has earned 1 run, and has struck out 3 batters. All of those strikeouts have been swinging. So with Watley aboard at first on a walk, here's the DH, Mike Giulino. Knees bent straightaway stance on the right side, and he takes a changeup low and away for ball 1. Giulino's first time up was back in the 2nd, and he was hit by a pitch. Watley teasing his steal at first, the 1-0. Swing and a miss on a fastball down the middle. That'll even up the count of the ball and a strike. Beautiful night for baseball here in Lexington. As the clock approaches 8 o'clock, it's 75 degrees out here. There's a quick pickoff move back to first. He got it. Impeccable speed from the mound, Mike Housechild. Watley was dancing back and forth from first and forward a little too far there. Got what he deserved, 1 away. Beautiful pickoff move to clear the bags by Mike Housechild, and he deals the 1-1. It's an off-speed in the dirt to Mike Giulino, the designated hitter. 2 balls and a strike. Our score is 2-1, the Leyendas with the lead over the Yalls. As Housechild grabs some rosin from behind the mound. Now puts his black glove back on his left hand. He's working from straight away. Infield covering even ground, the 2-1. This is poked, a fly ball to right field. Elmore in on it near the foul line, and he ends up in the Leyendas bullpen, 2 gone. So Giulino punched that one to right field. It was a weak fly ball. Gave Elmore plenty of time to come in on it near the foul line, and he made the catch. First pitch to Spiess is taken inside for a strike, 0-1. Spiess struck out swinging his first time up in the 2nd. Housechild wheels and deals the 0-1. Swing and a miss on an off-speed downstairs for a quick strike 2. Righty-lefty matchup, 0-2. Swung on, grounded back up the middle. Housechild puts a quick glove on it, a jog and a toss to first, retires the side. Yalls are put down technically in order here in the top of the 4th. Leyendas still leading the Yalls 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Leyendas showing Cullen Large, Luke Becker, and Duran Elmore. Back in a moment on the Legends Broadcast Network. Andrew Murphy with you on the mic. 2-1 is our score. Leyendas have a lead over the Yalls as we head into the bottom of the fourth inning. Cullen Large will lead things off. The lefty faces a new pitcher on the mound for the Yalls. It's a player to be named later. The first pitch is smacked foul down the left field line and well over the triple play zone and left. 0-1 to Large. Large is 0 for 1 this evening, struck out swinging to end the bottom of the first. And the righty deals the 0-1. It swung on and popped back to the netting behind home, quickly 0-2. Cullen Large, fifth round pick by the Toronto Blue Jays in the 2017 MLB draft. Ready's up on the left side, looking at an 0-2 count. And the pitch, swinging a ground ball, chopped up the middle. Second baseman Dancero gloves it and throws to first, one away. Quick 4-3 put out for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Cullen Large's ground out will send Luke Becker up to bat. Luke Becker, the shortstop, hitting from the left side as well, opens up his stance. And the righty deals the first pitch. It's a changeup, down and away, taken for a ball, 1-0. Becker is 1 for 1 this evening. He hit a double in the second and was scored on an RBI double hit by first baseman Webb Little. Righty from the stretch. This is belted high in the air, deep to right center field. Pugh looks back, and it's over the wall. Luke Becker with a solo shot to right center field. Puts the Leyendas over now 3-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. That is Luke Becker's first home run on the season and his 6th RBI. So Becker 2 for 2. First a double and the second to warm him up for a home run here in the fourth. And it's 3-1 Leyendas. Elmore pops this one high in the air down the first base line. It's trailing into foul territory, and Belsky is there to the wall to make the catch. 2 gone. So a nice solo shot by Becker. Makes things 3-1. And Elmore just popped out into foul territory for out number 2. Nobody on the bags as Webb Little, first baseman, sets up on the left side. The righty deals the first pitch. It's a fastball outside, taken for a ball, 1-0. Sun beginning to set here in Lexington. Lights taking a fuller effect here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. A beautiful night for baseball, the 1-0. It's a fastball that runs outside again. And a quick 2-0 count to Webb Little. Righty hunched in towards his catcher Pritchard, who sets up low and inside the 2-0. There's a fastball taken downstairs for strike 1. Webb Little 1 for 1 this evening with a double back in the second to take the lead. He drove in Luke Becker. 2-1. Fastball right down Main Street, taken for strike 2. 2's all across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 gone with the left-handed hitting Webb Little at the plate. Nobody on the base paths, straight away infield, big gap up the middle. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the screen, and the count sits at 2 apiece. Webb Little and his teammate and twin brother Sam Little both attended Ithaca College. Both of them played all 4 years at Ithaca. They last played for the West Side Woolly Mammoths of the United Shore Professional Baseball League. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded weakly up the middle. Dansereau puts the glove on it, and a sidearm to first will retire the bottom half of the fourth. Leyendas extend their lead 3-1 over the Yalls on a solo shot to right center field by the shortstop Luke Becker. Top of the fifth begins in just a few moments with Jackson Pritchard, Kevin Belsky, Rodney Tenney up for the Yalls. Back in a moment. The Leyendas just extended their lead over the Yalls 3-1. Luke Becker belted a solo shot over the right center field wall. And we're now in the top of the fifth with Jackson Pritchard, the catcher, leading things off. He shoots this one foul down the right field line, and count is 0-1. Mike Housechild is still on the mound for the Leyendas. He's only given up one run that was earned. It was on an RBI single by Brandon Pugh in the first, and the 0-1 is a called strike two on the outside. Threw a fastball there. We've seen Housechild sitting at anywhere from 90 to 92 miles an hour. Check swing went around on that low changeup, and it's 3 swinging strikes to Jackson Pritchard. One away. Strikeout number 4 for Mike Housechild, extending his season total to 11. It's the first pitch, a changeup, is taken for a ball, 1-0. Kevin Belsky, the first baseman, now at the plate. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, foul to the screen. One's all across the board now. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 away. Leyendas leading the Yalls 3-1 here in the top of the fifth. Lefty-righty matchup. Housechild from the windup, and the pitch is called strike 2 on the inside with a fastball. Ball and 2 strikes now. Infield playing deep and straight away for the left-handed hitting Belsky, except for the third baseman Ellis, who's playing in towards the grass. Is the 1-2. Fastball, tried to double up there, but it missed near the dirt. Even counted 2 apiece to Belsky. Belsky 0 for 1, flied out to left field, back in the second. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, a liner right into the glove of the shortstop Becker, 2 gone. So an opposite field line drive thwarted by some good defensive placement from Luke Becker. And that line out will bring up the man at the top of the order for the Yalls, Rodney Tenney. Tenney taking his time outside of the box on the left side, and he steps in now, facing the righty Housechild. Housechild deals the first pitch. It's a fastball called strike 1 on the inside corner. Housechild has done really well with that fastball inside the left-handed hitters this inning. Let's see what he does next with the 0-1. It's a low fastball. Tried for the middle in the lower third of the zone, but missed near the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rodney Tenney, who is 1 for 2, had a single and scored in the first and grounded into a 4-3 in the second, the 1-1. Swing and a foul tip back to the screen. The count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. It was weird. The ball moved towards the outside of the zone, and the very end of Tenney's barrel caught a piece of that one, and it somehow trailed back behind Tenney. Popped up near the backstop. Is Tenney taking some time to readjust himself on the grass behind the batter's box? And with a deep breath and a shrug of his shoulders, he readies back up now in towards the plate. It's in the front of the box on the left side, the 1-2. Fastball, 93 on the gun there, but it's taken high and outside for a ball, 2-2. Housechild working from straight away. He kicks back, kicks up, fires. Swung on a liner, back up the middle. It'll roll into center field. Revere picks it up, and it's a 2-out single for Rodney Tenney. That's his second single on the night. He's now 2 for 3 against the Leyendas starter, Mike Housechild. So Rodney Tenney extends the Yalls offensive chance with 2 gone here in the top of the 5th. Leyendas with a 3-1 lead. As time is called, Housechild takes a step off the rubber. Ball in his right hand. He now faces the right-handed hitting second baseman Brian Dansereau. Working from the stretch now. Tenney with a lead off the first base bag. Little's there to cover. Runner goes. First pitch is grounded weakly to the left side. Becker with a quick glove on it and a throw over to first. The ball pops out of Little's glove. And so Dansereau is aboard on an error likely committed by the first baseman Little. Tenney advances to second base. The throw was perfectly timed by Becker, who jumped quickly at that weak ground ball, hit between the second and the third base bags. Knew he didn't have a whole lot of time to make the throw, but was still on target nonetheless. The ball was just a little too fast for Little to handle, it looked like, and it popped right out of his glove. So Dansereau aboard at first, and Tenney is at second. 2 gone with the righty Will Baker ready in the box on the right side. Housechild keeping a steady eye on the runner at second. A check swing. He did go around on an off-speed to the outside. It's 0-1. Leyendas leading the Yalls 3-1 here in the top of the 5th. Housechild looking to close this inning out and bring the Leyendas back up to bat. The righty Baker gives the bat a couple of spins. Now readies up, knees bent, slightly open stance, and the 0-1. Called strike 2 on a changeup down and away. Housechild looking for a good pitch here. He's discussing things with his catcher, Cole Cottom. And as Baker steps back into the box, slightly staggers his stance. Housechild looks back to his runner at second. The 0-2 swing and a miss on a changeup downstairs. Strikeout number 5 for Housechild, retires the side. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Leyendas showing Ben Revere, Luke Heyer, and Cole Cottom. They lead the Yalls 3-1. Baseball back in a moment on the Legends Broadcast Network. Bottom of the fifth inning starts now. Andrew Murphy with you on PrepSpin.com and the Legends Broadcast Network. 3-1 is our score. Leyendas leading the Yalls. Leading off the bottom of the fifth inning is the center fielder, Ben Revere. And he takes a first pitch fastball upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Revere, the lefty, facing the righty, whose name we have not yet figured out, so we're just going to call him number 38. 38 deals a fastball. It sails high for ball 2. Drew Rahm exited the game earlier with 3 innings of work, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 2-0 pitch to Revere. Swung on, chopped to the first baseman, Belsky. The covering 38 bobbles the ball on the toss, and Revere is safe on an error by 38 special. Tough play to make anyway, as that chopper was hitting a weird space. Belsky had to travel back there, and I think 38 just got a late jump, and he was caught up at the first base bag. He reached there as Ben Revere stepped on the base, and so that's an error credited towards number 38. Revere aboard, nobody out. Luke Heyer, the designated hitter. A fake pickoff move back to first. That's a balk. Must have stepped off the rubber there, and Revere is awarded second base. Luke Heyer, the designated hitter, at the plate. The first pitch to him, swing and a miss on an off-speed low and away. 0-1. 3-1 our score here in the bottom of the fifth. Ben Revere was awarded second base on a balk. The 0-1. This is belted high and deep to left center field. Both men going after it, and it's over the wall for a home run. Luke Heyer, touch 'em all, baby. A 2-run shot to left center field. Extends the Leyendas lead 5-1. Holy moly. That ball was smoked.
Let's go, Cole.
Still nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. Leyendas with 2 on the board, courtesy of a long shot to left center by Luke Heyer, and that brings up Cole Cottom, the catcher. It was Luke Heyer's 11th home run on the season. He still leads the team by a long shot. Cole Cottom sets up on the right side. Facing the righty, No Name McGee. First pitch to him. High in the air to center field. Tenney going back. And that one drops in between Pugh and Tenney. And so Cottom is aboard at second on a double. And I guess the ball was lost in the lights. Not sure what happened. Maybe some bad communication out there. But there's a double for for Cole Cottom.
Now batting for the third baseman, number 17, Drew Ellis.
So Cottom's aboard at second to bring up Drew Ellis, the third baseman. Upright stance from this third baseman, Ellis. Middle depth in the box. First pitch to him is taken on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Five to 1 is our score. Nobody out. 1 man on the bags here in the bottom of the fifth. Leyendas leading the Yalls. The 0-1. This is driven high in the air to left field, and it drops just foul. And so the count is 0-2 to Drew Ellis. If that ball were about 5 feet to the right and hit even 1% harder, that would have been gone. That would have been the second home run in 2 games for Drew Ellis, who hit a homer in last night's game. It was a solo shot to left. He looks at an 0-2 count. Righty Jones deals the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the breaker, down and away. 1 gone.
Stepping up to the plate, the left fielder, number 9, Cole Sturgeon.
Bottom of the 5th here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Leyendas leading the Yalls 5-1, and here is Cole Sturgeon, the left fielder. First pitch is popped up, foul, and over the rooftop down the third base line. 0-1. Sturgeon is 0 for 2 this evening. Grounded into an unassisted play at first back in the 3rd. And he sac fly to right to drive in Revere in the 1st. That scored the first run of the game. The 0-1 to him. Swung on and fouled down the third base line again, this time toward the suites. And a fan's got a souvenir. Lefty-righty matchup. Righty McGee comes set with a pitch he likes, glove at the waist, takes a peep at the runner on second, and the 0-2 is a fastball outside, moving the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes to the lefty Sturgeon. And here's the pitch. This is a bloop shot foul behind home. He's trailing down the third base line again, but now a pack of youngsters will crowd this ball. Oh my goodness. There are like 15 little kids going after that baseball. Somebody's got it. They swarmed that thing, my goodness. Ball and 2 strikes still to Sturgeon, and the pitch. This is another pop fly ball in foul territory, well over the rooftop down the third base line. Sturgeon doing a great job of battling this at bat with 2 strikes. Cole Cottom, the catcher, is on second. He takes a hefty lead off the bag with no coverage. Right-handed pitcher for the Florence Yalls, looking in towards Pritchard for the sign. Now he comes set, working from the stretch. And he deals the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Sturgeon bats the breeze. 2 gone. Strikeout number 2 on the night and in a row for this right-handed pitcher to be named later. And another righty-lefty matchup now with the second baseman Cullen Large stepping up to the plate. And the first pitch to him is a high fly ball drifting into foul territory down the left field line, and it's in the stands. 0-1. Large, the Blue Jays prospect, is 0 for 2 this evening. Grounded into a 4-3 to begin things in the 4th and struck out swinging to end things in the 1st. 0-1 count, righty-lefty matchup. 5-1 Leyendas. The 0-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen. It's 0-2. Drew Ellis still waiting at second, patiently for something to happen. Let's see how Cullen Large battles this 0-2 count. Righty for the Yalls has a pitch he likes from Pritchard, who sets up downstairs and straight away. 0-2 is a bloop shot to left center field. It drops in front of Tenney. Rounding third and heading home is Cole Cottom. No throw into the infield, and there's run number 6 for the Leyendas. Cullen Large is aboard for the first time this evening with an RBI single. It's 6-1 Leyendas. Great base running, an early jump there by Cole Cottom. Great read on that fly ball to left center field. Large with a nice piece of hitting there to extend the Leyendas lead. Will bring up the shortstop, Luke Becker. Luke Becker with a home run his last time up. A solo shot to right field. Right center field as the first pitch skips away in the dirt. Cullen Large heads after second, and he's in there standing up. The count is 1 ball and no strikes on that passed ball thrown by this right-handed pitcher to be named later. Three runs have been scored here by the Leyendas in the bottom of the 5th. They lead the Yalls 6-1. Lefty Luke Becker at the plate. The 1-0 is lined the other way. It's drifting foul, and that'll land into the triple play zone. It's on the roof of the pavilion there, but it rolls off, and a swarm of youngsters lunge after it. Should say a swarm lunges after it. Ball and a strike on that foul ball by Luke Becker. 2 for 2 tonight with a homer his last time up and a double, and he scored in the second inning as well. Righty McGee with the 1-1. This is swung on, grounded back up the middle. Watley with a quick glove on it, a sidearm to first, retires inning number 5. So the Leyendas put 3 runs on the board, 2 of them on a blast to left center field by the DH Luke Heyer. Cole Cottom also scored as well. We head into the top of the 6th inning. Yalls up to bat with Brandon Pugh, Kevin Watley, and Mike Giulino. Leyendas lead at 6-1. Leyendas just put a 3 spot on the board in the bottom of the 5th, and they lead the Yalls 6-1. Top of the 6th starts now with Brandon Pugh. Check swung on a breaker to the inside. He went around, 0-1. Mike Housechild still on the mound. He has struck out 5 batters, only given up 3 hits and 1 run that was earned. He has hit 1 batter and walked 1 batter, as that one is taken inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brandon Pugh. Brandon Pugh is 1 for 2 this evening, grounded out in the 3rd and singled in the 1st. 1-1, a curveball missed in the dirt, moving the count to 2 balls and a strike. Pugh back in the 1st also racked up a couple of stolen bases. Stole 2nd and stole 3rd. Upright stance from the lefty facing the righty Housechild, who deals the 2-1. It's a fastball inside, taken for strike 2. Pugh takes a breath, shrugs the shoulders, now gives the plate a tap and the bat a twirl. And he readies up. The 2-2 from Housechild. Way inside. Made Pugh do a little dance for it, and the count is 3-2. No vacancy, with nobody on the bags and nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Leyendas with a 6-1 lead over the Yalls. Housechild with the payoff. Swing and a miss on a changeup low, 1 away. Strikeout number 6 for Mike Housechild, extending his season-long total to 13 strikeouts. Compare that with just 3 total walks. He has been mowing them down on the mound. So Pugh bats the breeze to bring up Kevin Whatley, the shortstop. Whatley, the right-handed hitter, slightly closed off stance. And the first pitch, a called strike 1 on an outside fastball to the corner. 0-1. Whatley walked and was picked off his last time in the 4th, and he struck out swinging in the 1st. 0-1, another called strike on the outer half of the zone. 0-2. Housechild is taking minimal time in between pitches, dictating the pace of the game and thwarting hitters' rhythms. As Whatley taking some time out of the box, but digs in quickly as he knows an 0-2 is coming. Here it is. He got a little excited with that one. Changeup low and in, skips away to the right of Cole Cottom behind the dish. Big gap up the middle of the infield. They're all playing straight away. Outfield the same way. A ball and 2 strikes to the righty Kevin Whatley, the pitch. Swung on, chopped foul, and over the dugout into the stands. The count sits at 1-2. And there's some excited youngsters with a foul ball. 1-2. And it's taken low and away for a ball. It's 2-2 to Whatley. Housechild working from straight away with nobody on the bags. 1 gone. 6-1 Leyendas here in the top of the 6th. The 2-2. Off speed misses downstairs, and that'll fill up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Housechild toes the rubber, looking directly into Cole Cottom. As he shrugs his shoulders, gives him the nod, kicks up, and fires the payoff. And the fastball low and away, which has seemed to be his best commanded pitch this evening. Sails low and away, and it's a 6-pitch walk rather, to Kevin Whatley. It's only the 2nd walk that Housechild has dealt this evening. Infield at double play depth now as the righty Mike Giulino, the DH, takes his place in the box. Hunched over in his stance with the knees bent, the first pitch. It's an off speed that misses a touch high. 1 ball, no strikes. Surprised he went high with the first pitch there, as he might want to try and pitch into a ground ball to make the double play here with 1 away and the runner on first. But of course, what do I know? That's why I'm up here in the booth and the players are down there. 6-1 our score. Leyendas leading the Yalls here in the top of the 6th. Housechild working from the stretch. And now the 1-0 pitch to Giulino. Swing and a miss. Cottom pops right back up and aims towards first. Testing the base running skills of Whatley, who quickly made it back to the bag. Looked a little rattled by that pop time from Cottom, who sets up low and away for the 1-1. Housechild kicks and fires. Fastball misses a touch low. Taken for ball 2. Giulino, the right-handed hitting DH, flied out to right his last time up in the 4th. He was hit by a pitch and stranded at 3rd back in the 2nd. Housechild, glove at the waist. He kicks and fires the 2-1. Swing and a miss on a changeup down and away. Will even up the count at 2 apiece. Lights in almost full effect here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark as the sun has said goodbye. Time is called, and Giulino takes some time to recompose himself. He adjusts his, looks like the strap on his left cleat. And he decides to head back into the box now. Slightly open stance in towards the plate. Housechild's got a pitch. Will he deliver or pick off the runner at first? Called strike 3 on an inside off-speed pitch. 2 gone. Strikeout number 7 for Mike Houschild. And the first looking strikeout got him on that changeup inside. Giulino didn't know what to do with it, so he sits down, and that'll bring up Blaze Spiess, the left fielder. Left-handed hitting batter. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Spiess grounded right back to Houschild back in the 4th and was put away on the 1-3. He struck out his first time up in the 2nd. Swing and a miss on an inside fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Leyendas lead the Yalls 6-1 here in the top of the 6th. 2 gone, and Kevin Whatley at first base. He takes a short lead with Little showing a target. The 1-1. Called strike 2. A throw back to the bag is not in time. Whatley slid in there safely. We'll set back up 1-2 to the lefty Spiess. And the pitch is poked, a grounder to the left side. Ellis scoops it up. A throw to first is not in time on the bounce. Runner's still heading toward third. That's overthrown. He's heading home as the runner Spiess from first is into second on the throwing error. And the Yalls score their second run. It's now 6-2. So Spiess hit that one weakly to the left side. It was a ground ball. It was headed for first. There was no error on the transfer, but Ellis certainly bobbled that one, as he was a late throw to first, and the first pitch, a called strike 1 on the outside to Jackson Pritchard. 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on, chopped, foul down the third baseline. It's 0-2. So after that errant throw by the third baseman Ellis, Whatley rounded the second base bag, and Little threw it onto third. It was wide of the bag, 0-2. Swung on a chopper to the left side. Ellis with a chance to redeem himself, throws on the run, and it's in time. The side is retired. Yalls put 1 on the board thanks to a throwing error by Webb Little at first base. They still trail the Leyendas 6-2. Leyendas back up to bat in the bottom of the 6th with Duran Elmore, Webb Little, and Ben Revere. Baseball returns in just a few moments. It's 6-2 Leyendas. The Yalls just put their second run on the board, but the Leyendas still lead them 6-2. Leyendas back up to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and leading things off will be the right fielder Duran Elmore. No Name McGee has been retired. He got 2 innings of work in. His first pitch is fouled to the screen behind home, 0-1. Pitcher to be named later had 2 innings of work with 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He walked none and struck out 2. And he's replaced by Roger Bernal, a familiar face from this past week where he played for the Freedom in the game on the 26th. As he throws the 0-1 in the dirt, missed on a fastball to even up the count 1-1. Bernal got 4 innings of work under his belt with 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. So we'll see how he fares in a Yalls uniform versus the Leyendas tonight, who lead at 6-2, 1-1 count, nobody gone with Duran Elmore at the plate here in the 6th. And he takes a breaking ball inside that misses a touch for ball 2. Elmore sets back up, straightaway stance in towards the plate. The 2-1. It's a fastball that runs low and away. 3 balls and a strike. Kind of a weird play before the end of the last half inning, top of the 6th. Blaze Spiess hit a weak ground ball to third baseman Drew Ellis, who made an errant throw to the covering first baseman Little as the 3-1, a called strike 2 on a fastball, fills up the count. Watley then headed to second base and ran towards third as the first baseman, Little, made the errant throw. Swing and a miss on the 3-2 pitch. Elmore bats the breeze, 1 away. And so on the throwing error that was wide of the third base bag from the first baseman, Little, Watley was awarded home, and Spiess ended up on second base. So 2 errors credited to the Leyendas defense back in the top of the 6th. Didn't hurt them too much as they still lead 6-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. And here's Webb Little, left-handed hitting first baseman, takes a fastball downstairs for ball 1. Little, his last time up in the 4th, grounded into a 4-3 putout. He doubled and drove in Luke Becker back in the 2nd. Ball and no strikes. Bernal deals. It's a fastball, just missed low and in, taken for ball 2. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Duran Elmore sat down on swinging strikes. Swung and missed at the 3-2 pitch. Bernal deals the 2-0. It's a curveball that found the outer half of the zone, moving the count to 2-1. Righty-lefty matchup. As Webb Little takes his place back in the box. Bernal comes set, glove at the waist. He kicks and fires. Called strike 2 on a breaker to the inside edge. Even count at 2 apiece. As Webb Little wipes some sweat away from his brow. Digs back in on the left side. And now the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded sharply toward the first baseman Belsky, who bobbles it on the hop, and Webb Little is aboard with a 1-out single here in the bottom of the 6th.
Second back up to the plate, the center fielder, number 6.
First baseman Belsky is credited with an error on that hard hit chopper to the right side. Webb Little is aboard with 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the man at the top of the order tonight for the Leyendas. It's Ben Revere in center field. And he readies up in an open stance. Bernal deals. First pitch, curveball, bent into the lower third of the zone, down the middle for a called strike 1. Revere got aboard on an error his last time up in the 5th. He scored that inning, flied out to third base in the 2nd, and walked and scored in the 1st. He scored the 1st run of the game on a sacrifice fly to right field by the left fielder Cole Sturgeon for the Leyendas. Looks at an 0-1 count as time is called. Bernal steps off the rubber, heads back to grab the rosin bag, picks it up and drops it quickly. And now he toes the rubber on the leftmost half. 0-1 to Revere. Little taking a short lead off the bag with Belsky covering. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chased an outside fastball that was upstairs. It's now 0-2. As Revere steps out of the box. Likes to hold his bat up high and look into the barrel of it. Must be a ritualistic sort of thing for him. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, chopped. To the right side, could be 2. Dancero bobbles it, tries to get the throw over to first. It's wide. Belsky stepped off the bag. Throw wouldn't have been in time anyway. Revere is aboard on an error. The second in this inning committed by the Yalls defense. First Belsky with the error on Webb Little's ground ball. Now Dancero with an error on the throw to Belsky. So the Leyendas with 2 men on the bags. Webb Little at second and Ben Revere at first. 1 gone. Our score is 6-2. Leyendas have a lead over the Yalls here in the bottom of the 6th. Enters the DH, Luke Heyer. Steps out of the box first before readjusting himself. Opens up his stance, knees bent slightly. Faces the righty, Roger Bernal. The pitch. The first one is taken high for a fastball, or for a fastball for a called ball 1. Heyer, his last time up, hit a home run to left center field, driving in himself and Ben Revere. He's got a pair of swinging strikeouts as well this evening. 1-0 pitch. It's a curveball that bends low and misses the zone to move the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Webb Little at second, Ben Revere at first. Both got aboard on errors. Bernal hunched in towards Pritchard for the sign. He gives him the nod and delivers the 2-0. It's a slider that missed down and away. 3 balls in a row to Heyer, looking at a 3-0 count. Holding the bat in his right hand. Clutches it with both. And adjusts the back of his royal blue batting helmet. Steps back into the box. 3-0. It's a fastball well low and outside. A walk to Luke Heyer loads up the bases with 1 away. And we'll bring up the catcher, Cole Cottom. We've got ducks on the pond for the Leyendas here in the bottom of the 6th. There will be a business meeting on the mound. Likely no pitching change, as the infield does not come in for the Yalls. Our score is 6-2. Leyendas put 3 more runs on the board their last time up to bat, back in the 5th. Ben Revere got aboard on an error. Was driven home on a 2-run shot to left center by Luke Heyer. Cole Cottom doubled and was brought home on an RBI single by Cullen Large. For the 3 runs scored in the 5th inning. Here's the first pitch to the catcher, Cottom. He skies this one high. It's drifting into foul territory and well over the stables down the right field line. No balls and a strike. So Webb Little at third, Ben Revere at second, and Luke Heyer at first. Cottom calm and composed in a knees-bent straightaway stance on the right side. Swing and a miss. He was hacking for the fences there. And it's 0-1. Cottom, as I mentioned a few moments ago, doubled and scored back in the 5th. He flied out to right in the 3rd. And he walked and was stranded at second in the 1st. Righty readies up, as does Bernal on the hill. He delivers the 0-1. It's a fastball, 94 miles an hour on the gun, missed near the dirt. One's all across the... one ball and 2 strikes now to Cole Cottom. Vernal's got a pitch. Glove at the waist. Now deals the 1-2. Swinging a grounder. Left side. Baker picks it up over to second. It's over his head. 1 run scores. Luke Heyer on his way, Ben Revere on his way home, rather. So little scores on the fielder's choice anyway, as the third baseman Baker went to second with the ball. Revere was headed to third, but the throwing error wide of the bag awarded Revere home plate. Luke Heyer's aboard at second on that error, and Cole Cottom is at first. It's 8-2 Leyendas here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Drew Ellis, the right-handed hitting third baseman. With 2 runners on the bags and 1 away, takes a first pitch outside for strike 1. There's a fastball down the middle on the outer half of the zone. Nothing in 1 to the upright Drew Ellis. Thought about going around on that off speed to the outside, but didn't come around, and it's taken for a ball. One's all across the board now to Ellis. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 gone. 8-2 our score in favor of the Leyendas here in the bottom of the 6th. Ellis struck out swinging his last time up in the 5th. He popped out behind home in the 3rd, and he walked his first time up in the 1st inning. The 1-1. It's a breaker, low and away, misses the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Ellis, a product of the University of Louisville, home of the Cardinals. Who'd have thought he'd be playing in Lexington anytime soon? 2-1 on the way. Off speed, called strike 2, taken on the outer half of the plate. Yes. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Drew Ellis. Vernal from the stretch with the 2-2. 95 mile an hour fastball, misses a touch, low and away. And it'll fill up the count at 3-2. Ellis looking to do some damage here with 2 runners on the bags. Luke Heyer at second and Cole Cottom at first. Both have steady leads off the bags, and the 3-2 is lifted high in the air to right center field. Pugh and Tenney going after it, but Pugh calls him off and makes the catch. Here's a long throw into third. It's wide of the bag. And Luke Heyer advances on the fly ball. There are 2 gone now here in the bottom of the 6th. Hold on a second. I believe Luke Heyer was called out at third. He didn't tag up at second base, and so the side is retired. Leyendas still put 2 more on the board. They now lead the Yalls 8-2. Yalls back up to bat in the top of the 7th with Kevin Belsky, Rodney Tenney, Brian Dansereau. Baseball returns. Leyendas lead at 8-2. Back inside Whitaker Bank Ballpark. First pitch to Kevin Belsky is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Leyendas lead the Yalls 8-2. Robbie Ross Jr. in the game now. Which is the 1-0. It was fouled into the stands down the third base line. Even counted 1 ball and 1 strike. Robbie Ross's last appearance on August 27th versus the Florence Freedom as the 1-1 is a called strike 2 upstairs. Robbie Ross got into the game, did his job, and got out. 1 inning of work, no hits, no runs, no walks. He retired the side, all on swinging strikeouts. And he's dealt a 1-2 count to Kevin Belsky so far. Belsky taking some time to readjust. And let him do it as he's facing a pitcher and a half right here, Robbie Ross. 1-2 on the way. Curveball missed a touch inside. Runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Belsky is 0 for 2, lined out in the 5th and flied out in the 2nd. Ross comes set, working from the stretch, the 2-2. Swung on, fouled to the screen, and the count sits at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 8-2 our score. Leyendas over the Yalls here in the top of the 7th. Ross leaning in towards Cottom, gives him the nod. Now comes set, the 2-2 delivery. It's a fastball, runs a touch high. No vacancy in the count now, 3-2. Ross deciding on a sign from Cottom. Gives him the nod. The payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled hard down the third base line. It's blocked by the screen. And a well-battled at-bat so far by Kevin Belsky, the first baseman. Belsky readies up on the left side, facing the lefty Robbie Ross Jr., who comes set with a pitch. The payoff. 1 runs inside, a fastball missed the zone. And it's a full count walk to Belsky to lead things off here in the top of the 7th. So with Belsky aboard, nobody out, Rodney Tenney at the top of the order for the Yalls. Makes his way around home plate and will soon set up on the left side to face Robbie Ross Jr. Ross has a sign he likes. Runner takes a short lead off the bag in the first pitch. Fastball right down Main Street, taken for strike 1. Tenney is 2 for 3 this evening. Singled and was stranded in the 5th. Grounded out in the 2nd and singled and scored in the 1st. Robbie Ross Jr. with the 0-1. It's a breaker, missed down and away. Caught him with a throw to first. Is the tag on time? No. And Little had a swifter move of the glove. Belsky might have been called out. He was not running that fast back to the bag. Nevertheless, he is in there safely. Ball and a strike to Rodney Tenney. And the 1-1. It's a high fastball that misses. 2 balls and a strike. Infield at double play depth, trying to clear the bases. Third baseman Ellis playing well in on the grass. The 2-1 delivery. Swung on and grounded hard. It's the netting blocking the Yalls dugout down the third base line, and the count is even at 2 apiece. Leyendas lead the Yalls 8-2 here in the top of the 7th. Lights in full effect. Good crowd on hand here this Saturday night. Tenney sets back up on the left side. Ross comes set on the hill. The stretch from the belt. Swung on and lined hard down the third base line. Trails into the triple play zone in the left. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tenney taking some time with some practice swings down the first base line. Trying to recompose himself to face Robbie Ross Jr. for yet another pitch on this 2-2 count. The delivery. Off-speed runs outside to fill up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. No vacancy to Tenney. If you're from the Midwest, Tenney is the word your mother used to describe your tennis shoes back when you were a little kid. And then you grew up one day and said, "Mom, I'm a big boy." 3-2. It's ripped foul down the third base line and into the stands. Where's that swarm of youngsters? There they are, like 10 or 11 of them trying to go get that foul ball. Something you love to see. Pure innocence in a time of so much uncertainty. Eight to 2 our score in favor of the Leyendas here in the top of the 7th. Nobody out, 1 man on the bags. Robbie Ross Jr. deals a payoff pitch to Tenney. Swung on, grounded weakly to the right side. Large with the glove on it over to second for 1, and no throw over to first. And the runner there, Belsky, trying to argue with the field umpire Rob Howard, saying that second baseman Large's foot was off the bag. Or rather, the covering shortstop Becker's foot was off the bag. No contest there, so 1 away on the fielder's choice, grounded into by the center fielder Rodney Tenney. He's aboard at first. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Brian Dansereau, as Tenney stretching himself out. Might have gotten into the first base bag a weird way. Not too shaken up by it. He takes a short lead. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Cottom on the first pitch fastball dealt by Ross. It was outside, and the count is 0-1. Dansereau got aboard on an error last time up. 0-1. Scheck swung on. Did he go around? He did not, says Howard. It's taken for a ball upstairs. 1-1. Dansereau got aboard on an error by the first baseman Little back in the 5th. He is flied out once and lined out back in the 1st. Pickoff move to first, or a soft throw rather. Gave Tenney ample time to get into the bag. Belsky, of course, was called out on that 4-6. Runner goes on the foul ball. Hit into on the 1-1 by Brian Dansereau. It's 1-2, and Tenney will have to trudge back to first base. 8-2 our score here in the top of the 7th in favor of Las Leyendas. 1 gone, 1 on the bags. Tenney just had to walk it out back to the first base bag as Dansereau got a piece of the 1-1. Fouled it straight back to the netting. It's a ball and 2 strikes to the righty, facing the lefty Robbie Ross, who fakes a pickoff move back to first. As time is called, as the runner Tenney appears to have maybe pulled something or stretched something out. Those are the exact same thing, but you get the idea. So he takes a short lead off the bag, the 1-2. Curve ball. Did he go? Yes. Called strike number 3, and the first strikeout on the night for Robbie Ross Jr. Dansereau sat down on that called strike 3. Can't tell if it was called or if he went around on it. He definitely didn't go around on it, but home plate umpire Marvin King asked Bob Howard if it was a strike, and it was. So nevertheless, he sat down there. Strikeout number 1 for Robbie Ross Jr. Tenney holds up at first base. 2 gone. 8-2 Leyendas here in the top of the 7th. As Will Baker, the right-handed hitting third baseman, steps into the batter's box. The first pitch is a fastball that missed inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Righty-lefty matchup. Baker hunches over in a knees-bent stance, the 1-0. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Baker has struck out twice tonight and flied out to the right field. His first time up in the first inning. He is 0 for 3. 2 gone. Tenney on first base with a lead off the bag. Littles sets up a target. The 1-1 runner goes, swing and a miss, on to second with the throw. He got him at the bag. So the throw down to second by Cottom was in time to retire the side. Robbie Ross with a strikeout so far on the night. Prevents any runs from scoring for the Yalls, who trail the Leyendas 8-2. Leyendas back up to bat with Sturgeon, Large, and Becker. Baseball back in a moment on the Legends Broadcast Network. Cole Sturgeon leads things off for the Leyendas here in the bottom of the 7th. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Held from Roger Bernal. It's 0-1. 8-2 is our score. Leyendas in the lead. Sturgeon readies up on the left side. The righty Bernal wheels and deals. Swing and a miss. Cut early on that off-speed upstairs, and the count moves to 0-2. Sturgeon struck out his last time up in the 5th. He grounded into an unassisted play at first in the 3rd and flied out to right on the sacrifice. And here's a liner into right center field. That's good for a base hit with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. So into the game, pinch hitting for Cullen Large is Colin Ludy. Cullen Large exits this game having gone 1 for 3. He had a single in the 5th and an RBI, drove in the catcher Cole Cottom, grounded into a 4-3 in the 4th, and struck out swinging back in the 1st. So Sturgeon aboard at first base. Colin Ludy facing the righty Roger Bernal, who deals. First pitch off speed, down and in. Nicked the corner there for a called strike 1. Colin Ludy, the native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, up at the plate for the Leyendas. Bernal from the stretch with the 0-1. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball. Moves the count quickly to 0-2. Cullen Large takes a sizable lead off the first base bag. So we've got somebody moving along the warning track in right. Looks like a reliever for the Leyendas who's retrieving a wild pitch by the man warming up in the bullpen for the Leyendas. 0-2 the count to the righty, Ludi. The pitch. Off speed, missed down and away, moving the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Ludi's last appearance was on the 23rd versus the Legends. He went 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. This is his 62nd plate appearance on the season. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball. Ludi bats the breeze, 1 away. So with 1 gone, Cole Sturgeon on the bags at first. Here's Luke Becker, the shortstop. First pitch to him is fouled over the netting, and it pinballs off the front of the awning, lands in a suite. I think it rolled down into the stands there as a lucky fan is after it. And there's an entire search party out for this foul ball. 0-1 the count to Becker, and the pitch is taken down low for a strike. There's a fastball, and it's 0-2. Sturgeon takes his lead off the bag. Belsky's there with a target. The righty Bernal comes set. Glove at the waist, and the 0-2 pitch. This is swung on and chopped high, but foul down the first base line, and it's 0-2 again. Becker, the shortstop, is 2 for 3 with a solo shot in the 4th, a double and a run in the 2nd, and he grounded out his last time up in the 5th. 8-2 the score. Leyendas have the lead, 0-2. Check swing on a fastball outside. He definitely went around on that one. Strikeout number 2 in a row. Number 3 on the night for Roger Bernal. So Sturgeon still on first base. Colin Ludi struck out swinging. Luke Becker was retired on swinging strikes. And here's Duran Elmore, who takes a first pitch fastball down and away for a called strike 1. Elmore struck out his last time up. That was in the 6th. As the 0-1, a breaking ball finds the outside corner. Quickly 0-2 to the right fielder, who, as I said, has already struck out once. He flied out to first base, popped up rather is a better term for it, and grounded out his first time up in the 2nd. Righty-righty matchup. Bernal deals, and it's a fastball that misses low. It's taken for a ball. 1-2 to Duran Elmore. As time is called, Elmore took some time out of the box to readjust, and he sets back up in a straightaway stance in towards the plate on the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count, and Bernal with the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outer half, and Elmore is sat down. 3 strikeouts in a row. Strand Cole Sturgeon on at first. Leyendas still up over the Yalls, 8-2. As we head into the top of the 8th inning, Yalls up to bat with Brandon Pugh, Kevin Watley, and Mike Giulino. Baseball returns in just a few moments. Leyendas up 8-2. Welcome back into Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Andrew Murphy with you on the mic. 8-2 is our score as the Leyendas have kept their lead over the Yalls. Robbie Ross Jr. has exited the game after an inning of work. No hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Harrison Cooney takes his place. Cooney, the right-hand pitcher out of Cincinnati, Ohio, has recorded 6 innings of work this season with 8 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. He throws a fastball, a slider, and a changeup, and in his last appearance on the 27th versus the Florence Freedom, he had an inning of work with 1 hit, 1 run that was earned, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And so righty-righty matchup, Cooney versus Brandon Pugh, the right fielder, hunched over, knees bent stance. The first pitch to him is a breaking ball, found the lower third of the zone. On the outside corner, it's 0-1. Brandon Pugh struck out swinging his last time up in the 6th, grounded into a 6-3 putout in the 3rd. He singled and stole a couple of bases, but was stranded in the 1st. Cooney from the stretch with the 0-1. Another breaker to the outside, taken for a called strike 2. Pugh out of the box to keep himself loose, taps the dirt in front of him, looks into the barrel of his two-tone black and naturally finished bat. Gives it a spin a couple of times, now readies up, hunches over the plate. Cooney upright from the stretch. To foul that one over the awning behind home, 0-2. Cooney delayed his leg kick there, tried to throw Pugh off his rhythm. Cooney now with the ball behind his waist, looking into Cottom for a sign. 0-2 to the righty Pugh. That rhymes. And the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside, breaking ball. Brandon Pugh caught up on the outside. Pitch there by Cooney. First strikeout for him, 1 away here in the top of the 8th. A couple of defensive substitutions for the Leyendas. Colin Luty, last inning, came in to replace Luke Becker at shortstop. Becker moved to second base to replace Cullen Large. And of course, as I mentioned before, Harrison Cooney on the mound replacing Ross. Already 1 strikeout. Dealt to Brandon Pugh. And here's Kevin Watley, the left-handed hitting shortstop. The first pitch to him. It's an off-speed, misses up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Kevin Watley, the shortstop, walked and scored on a pair of errors committed by the third baseman Ellis and first baseman Little. That was back in the 6th. Watley walked but was called out on a 1-3 pickoff. Nice job by Hochschild there to get the job done from the mound in the 4th. And Watley struck out swinging his first time up in the top of the 1st. That ended that half inning. One ball, no strikes. The pitch is inside, taken for a ball to Brandon Pugh. My apologies, Will Baker, who didn't finish the plate appearance last inning on the throw down to second, just struck out. And there's a called strike 1 on the inside to Brandon Pugh. So a slip up there by yours truly, but Will Baker was retired looking. And the 2-1. Called strike 2 on the inside. Nice fastball. Put it downstairs. Not a whole lot Pugh could do with it. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the right fielder. Ready's back up on the left side. Cooney from the stretch with the 2-2. Called. No, that was a ball. That fills up the count at 3-2. I thought that one was a strike for sure. Home plate Marvin King didn't agree. And so Cooney deals a payoff pitch. That's fouled away off the mask of Cottom. Count still full at 3-2. Brandon Pugh at the plate. Struck out once back in the 6th, grounded into a 6-3 in the 3rd. Singled and stole a few bases, but stranded in the 1st. Payoff. Swing and a miss on a fastball up and in. 2 strikeouts in a row for Harrison Cooney here in the 8th. So Cooney comes out on top, pitching a great fastball up and in. Got Pugh to pull his hands back and take a hack, but he batted the breeze. So 2 gone, 8-2 Leyendas here in the top of the 8th. Kevin Watley at the plate now. Watley the righty. Cooney selects a pitch from Cottom. And now comes set, glove at the chest. He kicks and fires. The first one, a called strike on the lower third of the zone. Nice breaking ball there. It's 0-1. Watley walked and scored on a pair of errors back in the 6th. Was called out on the 1-3 pickoff from Housechild. Struck out his first time up in the 1st. As time is called, Watley removes his helmet to wipe some sweat from his temples. Places the helmet back upon his head. Keeps himself loose with a half swing of his black bat. Points it toward his pitcher Cooney and lays the bat out low. Now wields it in front of his chest, the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a low breaking ball. It's quickly 0-2 to Watley. 8-2 the score in favor of the Leyendas. Nobody on the bags and 2 gone here in the top of the 8th. Cooney 1 pitch away from bringing Las Leyendas back to bat. It's a breaker low and away, moving the count to 1-2. Watley shakes out his right arm, drags the bat in front of him in the dirt. Couple of low and slow swings, now wielding it in front of his chest. And the 1-2. Swung on, grounded right back up the middle. Cooney caught it in between his legs with his back turned to the plate. And a short toss to first will retire the side. My goodness, let's see an instant replay of that, please. What a phenomenal, I guess, lucky play you could call it there for Cooney. The side is retired. The Yalls go down in order. They still trail the Leyendas 8-2. Bottom of the 8th coming your way. Leyendas showing Webb Little, Ben Revere, and Luke Heyer. Baseball back in a moment on the Legends Broadcast Network. Webb Little leading things off here in the bottom of the 8th for the Leyendas, who lead 8-2, and the first pitch to him is fouled over the rooftop behind home plate, 0-1. Webb Little, his last time up, singled and scored. That was back in the 6th. Grounded out in the 4th and had an RBI double to drive in Luke Becker back in the 2nd. Swing and a huge miss at an inside fastball. Quickly moves the count to 0-2. Eight to 2, the score. Leyendas. Nobody on the bags, nobody out. And the 0-2 pitch. This is skied high in the air, deep to left field. Spies with a beat on it, comes in, makes the catch for out number 1.
Stepping up to the plate, the center fielder, number 6, Ben Revere.
So here's the man at the top of the order for the Leyendas. Kevin Piotnik, the new pitcher on the mound for the Florence Yalls. Deals the first pitch to Ben Revere. It's a fastball that missed inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Revere has reached base 3 times in this game, twice on errors, but he's scored 3 runs tonight. 1-0, a fastball again on the inside corner. Sorry, that's Mitch Piotnik, rather. I don't know where I got Kevin from. Nevertheless, the 2-0 to Revere is smacked down the right field line, and it's just foul. Past the bullpen catcher for the Leyendas. And the count moves to 2 balls and a strike. Revere readies up on the left side, facing the righty. Piotnik with the 2-1. A fastball sails past Revere high and moves the count to 3-1. Revere taps the dish, rotates the bat, a couple of hefty low swings, and the 3-1 pitch is well inside, a fastball for a 5-pitch walk to Revere, and he's aboard with 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th.
Stepping up to the plate for the Leyendas.
Luke Heyer has exited the game and will be replaced by Jorge Pascual. So Luke Heyer with a home run back in the 5th. He was walked and stranded in the 6th and struck out twice, and he's replaced by Jorge Pascual. Takes a fastball outside and low for ball 1. Pascual, the righty, in his last appearance went 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and a strikeout. The 1-0 pitch. It's another fastball low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Pascual calls Athens, Georgia his hometown, and he attended Cedar Shoals High School in Georgia. The 2-0. It's another fastball low and away. Now 3 balls and no strikes with 1 away, and Ben Revere on the base paths. He takes a short lead off the bag. Belsky's there with a target. The 3-0. Swing and a huge miss on an outside fastball upstairs. Got him to chase up high. 3-1. Now, Piotnik's normally a position player, but you couldn't tell by his velocity. He's throwing 90 miles an hour out here as the 3-1 is fouled well over the rooftop down the first base line to even up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Piotnik normally a position player, normally an outfielder. Just struggling with the command, not necessarily the velocity. He's hitting 90 miles an hour. The payoff pitch. Revere goes. This is chopped softly down the first base line as it's picked up by Belsky, and the bag is stepped on. Revere advances to second on the fielder's choice.
The catcher, number 4,
So a ground out by Pasquale for out number 2 brings up the catcher Cole Cottom. Cole Cottom, the righty, in his last time up got aboard on a fielder's choice, but was called out on a 9-5 to retire the side. And takes the first pitch inside for strike 1. Cottom doubled and scored back in the 5th. He was driven home on Cullen Large's RBI single. He flied out to right field in the 3rd and walked in the 1st, the 0-1. Swinging a hard hit line drive, pops out of the glove of the third baseman. 1 run will be waved around. Cole Cottom will hold up as he rounds the first base bag. That's Ben Revere, who just scored on that hard hit line drive. Baker had a line on it, but it popped out of his glove as he hopped over the foul line. Scoring Ben Revere and holding Cole Cottom up at first base. So the score is now 9-5 Leyendas over the Yalls here in the bottom of the 8th. Piotnik, the righty, now faces the third baseman Drew Ellis, and the first pitch is poked down the right field line, and it lands foul into the Leyendas bullpen. 0-1. Ellis, the third baseman, flied out to right his last time up in the 6th. He struck out swinging back in the 5th, popped out behind home plate in the 3rd, and walked in the 1st. Upright stance, he sets up middle depth in the box. Piotnik comes set. It's the glove at chest level and the 0-1 delivery. Taken for a strike on the outside corner. It was a fastball, 0-2. 9-2 Leyendas here in the bottom of the 8th. Ben Revere just scored on a liner down the third base line from the catcher Cole Cottom in the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a breaker downstairs. Didn't know Piotnik had that one in him, and the side is retired. Leyendas extend their lead by 1. It's 9-2 over the Yalls. 3 more outs, and this game belongs to Las Leyendas. Giulino, Spiess, and Pritchard up to bat when baseball returns on the Legends Broadcast Network. Leyendas up 9-2 over the Yalls as we enter the top of the 9th inning, and into pitch for Las Leyendas is Caven Brown. Harrison Cooney has exited the game with 1 inning under his belt. No hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So Caven Brown, the righty, takes his place and faces the righty Giulino, the designated hitter. Brown working from straight away, fires the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Caven Brown, Kentucky pitching phenom, to say the least. Out of Paris, Kentucky, he attended EKU as he deals the 1-0. It's a curveball, missed the lower third of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. At EKU, 2019, had a spectacular season before being hindered by a torn UCL. 8-1 record, 3.06 ERA, 2-0. It's a fastball in the lower third. That's the pitch he wanted. 2 balls and a strike. 61 2/3 innings pitched. He walked 28 and struck out 57. And Ohio Valley Conference accolades galore as the 2-1 bounces past Cottom, moving the count to 3-1. Brown stands at 6'4", 205 pounds. Here's a highlight from his career. In 2018, picked up the win at Vanderbilt, one of the most highly regarded baseball programs in the nation, as the 3-1 is a fastball pitched high and in. It's a 5-pitch walk to Giulino to lead things off in the top of the 9th. But Brown picked up a win at Vanderbilt. EKU versus Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt. Think about how hard that is to do. 5 1/3 innings pitched of scoreless baseball. He struck out 8 and almost threw a combined no-hitter that night. So 1 on the bags. Giulino at first. Here's a hard-hit ground ball to second base. Becker with a toss over to Ludi, over to first. It's in time for a double play. Just like that, 2 quick outs on a ground ball to Luke Becker. Caught cleanly at the second base bag by Ludi, who sidearmed it on target over to Little at first. So that eases things up for Caven Brown, the former EKU Colonel. Here's the catcher, Jackson Pritchard. After that 4-6-3 double play, it's a ground ball on the first pitch down the first base line. Move the count to 0-1. Brown working from straight away, facing the righty Pritchard. Hunches over in a straightaway stance. On the right side, the 0-1, a curveball missed down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nine to 2 the score. Leyendas have the lead. Here at the top of the 9th. 1 ball and 1 strike to the righty Pritchard. Brown kicks back, kicks up, fires. This is popped up foul and over the rooftop behind home plate. Caven Brown is 1 strike away from taking this game for the Leyendas. Brown deals a 1-2. Swing and a miss, and this game belongs to Las Leyendas. The final score reads Leyendas 9, Yalls 2. Leyendas with 8 hits and 4 errors. Yalls with 4 hits and 3 errors. So Leyendas come out on top after losing 2 games to the Florence Freedom earlier this week and having their game last night rained out. So good for them to pick the win up. Couple of MVPs tonight for the Leyendas. Definitely Luke Becker and Luke Heyer, both hitting home runs to pretty much solidify the Leyendas' offensive momentum that has been carried out through this whole game ever since the first run was scored in the bottom of the first. So Luke Becker and Luke Heyer definitely get my MVP award for the night, whatever that's worth. But nevertheless, Leyendas come out with a win, 9-2 over the Florence Yalls. Game 2 in this series will be tomorrow night, same teams, but a different time, 5:05 with the first pitch. Come on out and see the Leyendas take on the Yalls. hopefully get another win under their belts. 9-2 the final score. Thank you everybody for tuning in. From our producer William Warfield, Jack Haynes, Joe Allen in the booth with me, I'm Andrew Murphy saying so long and see you tomorrow.